welcome to As I See It. I'm your host, Annemarie L. It has been over 13 years since the premiere of the ever-popular TV show Friends, but we still do not have an answer to one of the biggest questions of the series. Were Ross and Rachel on a break? Tonight, we are joined by two people that will hopefully give us the answer. First, we have Frank Altieri, who has watched every episode at least 30 times, specifically analyzing the break, in order to prove Ross was right to hook up with someone else. We also have Jackie Peterson, who majored in breaks in relationships at Yale University, and will tell us how this did not count as a break, favoring Rachel's side. So let's start with you, Frank, for your overall thoughts about Ross's side.
Well, it was a break because Rachel said it was a break. I mean, the whole dramatic monologue of we need a break from us as she slammed the door. And then, of course, it comes to what Ross's understanding of the situation was, which when he called her, she was hanging out with Mark. I mean, that's kind of a sketchy thing to do just after you kind of ended a relationship. So in his mind, she was broke up with him and was hooking up with him. And that was why he did what he did.
But Jackie, I think what was important in that phone call is that he hung up right away. So what do you think on that?
I think that was the wrong thing to do. He should have asked what was going on, like made more question towards it instead of just implying the obvious of what happened, because as we all clearly know from watching the episode, that did not happen. Mark just showed up.
Yes, Mark was just consoling Rachel, right?
Exactly. He was there to help Rachel make her feel better.
Yes, because they are just friends.
They are just friends.
Yes. What would you have to say about that, Frank?
That's neither here nor there because they literally ended up dating later in that season.
But so that doesn't matter. We're talking about that point in time in that episode.
Yeah,
not
but
later
what
in
were
the
he
season.
To console her? Come on, give me a break. He was there to,
But
no.
Did they do anything though?
They didn't, but let's be honest. Like, he was down. So.
Yeah, but she said no.
Yeah, but here's the thing, is when he was there and and he picks up the phone. I mean, what is if you have to put yourself in Ross's shoes, you're probably not gonna start asking 17 questions. You're like, all right, okay, and hang up. I mean, we have to put ourselves in Ross Geller's shoes.
No.
And
I would ask questions.
Do you have any more rebuttal other than the word no?
Yeah, I do, actually. I would start asking the questions, being like, what the fuck are you doing with him?
Okay, okay. Frank, how about what else? So as all this is going through Ross's mind,
yeah.
What do you think it was a good conclusion for him to come to, that she was with Mark, so that gave him the right to be with someone else?
That's exactly what happened. And the other thing about this is, she never said anything about not seeing other people. So in his head, she didn't say anything about not seeing other people, and she's seeing other people. So at that point, what he said, she said is irrelevant. It's how he understood the situation, because of, let's be honest, that was not the greatest of moves, hanging out with Mark right after that. Because what if he showed up to her apartment?
So Jackie, what do you think about Rachel not saying the terms of the break and how that plays into what Ross did?
So, obviously we have to go back to the beginning of it. Ross showed up to her office on the night of their anniversary when she canceled, but that was only because she was really busy with work. She had an important deadline, plus also her orders got completely messed up with that night. So she was obviously frustrated in the moment with him barging in, doing that, seeing everything that was going on and not listening to her. So then after that, she was like, I need a break. We need a break, and just leaves. But she calls him and explains over and over again. You see her crying on the phone saying, it was my fault. I don't mean it. I want you back, after she really thought about it.
So Frank, what do you have to say about Rachel just being in the moment, being frustrated, so there was no time to discuss the terms of the break?
But that whole scene she just talked about never happened.
What? Yes, it did.
I mean, in that conversation on the phone, there was no crying, I want you back.
No, she was crying, and then she tried to call him a few times, and he didn't pick up. And then when he picked up, he heard Mark in the background, so that's why they didn't get to talk anything through.
Sure, but it wasn't like this like long apology. It was just they were just kind of talking semantics, and then like Mark was like, "Oh, you want some Chinese food?" and then he hung up.
No, but when Ross was home, Rachel tried to call his home phone multiple times.
But he wasn't there.
Exactly, but she was
because he was at the
She was
nightclub.
trying, but
yeah, but she was trying, and she kept leaving messages saying like, "I'm sorry, it's not what I meant. I
Because
want
she
you
knows
back."
she screwed up.
No.
Because she was not specific about the break. So hence guilt.
all
Yes,
right,
but when you're
all right.
frustrated, it
I
shouldn't.
guess we didn't have enough time to finally answer that
Guilt.
question, so maybe we'll have another segment later. Thank you both for being here tonight. Coming up, the top 10 secrets of the Friends cast never seen before.